For all my team coins, check out thefootshop.com. Their link is in the description below. And for a discount on your coins, use Nepo at checkout. What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of the best team in FIFA, where I take one of your guys' favorite teams in the game, test it out myself, and let you know how I think it is. So today we've got a team sent in. He actually sent it in through the stream 2 days ago. His name is Besne. So that's a very strange, interesting name, and we're going to start to build the team that he's put in place, and I'm going to show you what player instructions I put on the players as well. But before we get into this, guys, if you could drop a thumbs up on the video, that'd be awesome. Let's try and get this over 9,000 likes, and if you guys want to see your team featured on the best team in FIFA, link me your team on twitter.com/NepentheZ. So let's get into the team, guys. He starts off with a goalkeeper who is a love-hate goalkeeper this year. Some people... well, you know what love-hate means. I don't need to explain that. And the goalkeeper that he picked, guys, is Iker Casillas. For me personally, I didn't like Casillas. As you can see, he's got 79 positioning and 79 handling. Not really my cup of tea, but this is his team. He swears by it, so we're going to go into it. So we go into the centre-back slots as well, guys. He's got Sergio Ramos, in my opinion, one of the best centre-backs in the game. Last year, I was all about work rates on centre-backs. If you had a high attacking work rate centre-back, don't even talk to me about it. This year, some of my favourite centre-backs have high attacking work rates, Sergio Ramos being one of them. And he also has at left-back Jordi Alba. Now, once again, I specifically, like, my favourite left-back in this game is Marcelo. I don't know why people pick Alba over Marcelo. Obviously, the pace is a huge issue, but Marcelo, for me, is just an all-round better player in FIFA. His other centre-back is Jorge Chiellini, who is a fantastic centre-back. Crazy good pace. Look at that, 87 defending and 86 physical. That's so good. And then at right-back, he's got a player that's very interesting, doesn't get used a lot, and might just well be a hidden gem, and it's Disiglio. I've definitely fucked up his name. 85 pace, but then really well-rounded stats for the rest of the card other than shooting. 71 passing, 70 dribbling, good defending, good physical. He's just really nice, and I don't know why I don't see him in more teams, because he might be one of those players that's like really, really good and just never gets used because he's a non-rare 76 rated player. Very interesting indeed. At right midfield, he has gone for Candreva. Candreva is a player that I really, really liked last year. Again, for me, Candreva's got one of those cards that's just so balanced. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, good pace, good dribbling, nice passing, decent shooting, good physical for a winger as well. He has got a little bit of everything, and he's even got really high defending for a winger as well. So yeah, I think he's going to be really good fun to play with. In at CDM, one of the things that I didn't like about this team is the fact that he's got Marquisio at CDM. Now, I don't mind having high as a CDM. Ramirez is good, Philippe Lahm is good. They both have high. He's got 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, which is quite nice. However, he's 5'10", and I talk about this all the time in my videos and in my streams and stuff. Having a strong ball-winning tall midfielder at CDM is vital in FIFA. So I think he could be a weak link. Again, though, he has a very well-rounded card. Decent enough pace, nice dribbling and passing, decent physical, okay defending. He's going to play decent when he's on the ball, but as a ball-winning CDM, he's not going to be very good in my opinion. In at the left midfield, guys, we've got the transferred version of Andre Schürrle. Schürrle, one of the best cards in the game this year. Crazy good pace, nice dribbling, great shooting, 4-star. He's got a little bit of everything. He really is the cheap Hazard this year. Obviously not anymore because he's not in the BPL. And then at CAM, guys, at the cam spot, we've got Mario Götze. So again, a player that I've actually used quite a lot. He's very, very nice. He doesn't work, in my opinion, as a CM or in a flat centre midfield because he's not got good defensive and physicals. But in a cam spot, he might just be an absolute god. In at the striker spot, guys, the first striker spot, we have got Lewandowski there. And then the second striker spot is one of the best players in this FIFA, and that is Marco Reus. So Lewandowski, again, 4-star, strong shooting, good pace, good dribbling, decent passing, nice physical, very nice indeed. And Marco Reus, I've done videos on him before. He is just the be-all and end-all. He is absolutely fantastic in this game, and for how cheap he is, 32k to 47,500, that's an absolute bargain. That is an absolute bargain. So for the player instructions, guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to set our right back and our left back to stay back while attacking. We are going to set our centre back to stay back while attacking. We're going to set our cam to stay forward. That's all we're going to do with the cam. We're going to set the two wingers. So we want get in behind and cut inside. but you want to keep the rest balanced, because this is a little different to the 4-3-3 where you can leave your wingers up front. If you leave your wingers up front on this formation, you're basically going to have 5 back and 5 up front and nothing in the midfield, and it's going to be really bad. So the wingers are going to be cut inside and get behind, cut inside and get behind. The attackers, we're going to do stay central and get in behind, stay central and get in behind, just so you can really abuse chip through balls. You know, you're going to hopefully break your opponent's D-line constantly, and it fits this team very well. So for now, guys, we're going to get into some gameplay, and I'm going to let you know how this team plays. Okay guys, as we go into the gameplay, if you've never seen the best team in FIFA before, what we do here is show you the teams that I come up against and the goals that I score, and then basically give you a review of the team. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this team. I thought it was going to be a little bit worse than it actually was, especially because of that Marquisio in the CDM, but he wasn't, I didn't notice him, which was actually a good thing, because if I did notice him, it means that I'd be noticing his mistakes. The fact that I didn't notice him means that he'd done his job as a CDM. I didn't necessarily play the toughest opponents. I played in the Cup. I always play in the Cup because I'm in Division 1, and the majority of this user base that watch me aren't in Division 1. I need to come up against opponents that would be more fair representation of how the team will actually reflect. So I don't play in divisions with this. I play in cups only. And yeah, you know, sometimes in cups, like the first round and the second round, they're not particularly too difficult. And I did find that in this instance as well. There were a couple of tough games in here, especially one game who the guy had 5 at the back, and it was just really, really difficult. But onto the team, guys. I've given this an outstanding 5-star, like overall 5-star, attack 5-star, midfield 5-star, defense 5-star. It was just brilliant. Like I say, I enjoyed this team far more than I thought I would have done. I typically don't like Syria. I typically don't fuck around with Serie A players and don't use those players, but Condreva, as expected and as he was last year, was really good. I thought Disiglio at right back was actually fantastic. I thought he might be a hidden gem just because he's got really well-rounded stats, and he was. Chiellini is an absolute tank. And yeah, you know, the rest of the team, you got BBVA and Bundesliga. You guys know I love the BBVA and Bundesliga. Fantastic little chip there with Jordi Alba. Seals the game up at 5-1, and we move into the second round of the Cup. So this is a 4-1-2-1-2 formation. I definitely feel like my player instructions helped a lot. If you guys managed to skip the intro and you want to wondering what I have got for player instructions, I have actually broken down what I've given the player instructions and why at the start of the video. I really felt like the wingers, Schürrle and Condreva, got in behind a lot. Now, before I switched to a 4-3-3, when I used to play the 4-1-2-1-2 a lot, I loved having wingers. I can't play with central players. I can't play without wingers. But they didn't really do much. And this is true to this game as well, where they didn't really do much. I think Schürrle got 3 assists in 4 games, which is pretty decent. Condreva didn't get any goals or any assists in the 4 games. But that's not to say he wasn't important. Because of the way that I play and the specific style of football I play, I tend to play out to the wing and then play either into the striker or into the cam, and then into the striker again, you know, like maybe from Condreva to Lewandowski to Royce, or from like Condreva to Goetze to Royce or Lewandowski, and that's the role that they play for me. So even though they don't necessarily get the most assists or goals in this formation, they are still very, very important, and you definitely use them and utilize them a lot. So I did think that they were very nice. Schürrle, like I said, is a cheap Hazard. He's very good. Condreva had a great time for me out on that right wing. The 4-star skill moves is great. He's very physical. You know, he's got really good ball control, good skill moves. You know, he just is a really, really nice player to have. The defense, as I said, was solid. As we move into the attack, Mario Götze was really nice. I think he got 6 assists in 4 games or 5 assists in 4 games, which is really, really nice for a cam. And then the 2 attackers, guys, you see there I've made Marco Reus my best player. He is just unbelievable. One of the finesse shots I scored with him in this video was just outrageous. He is just so stupid in this game. 91 pace, 86 dribbling, 86 shooting, and 84 passing. For a guy on 7 chem who's going to get boosts to those stats as well. Oh my god, he is just outrageous. Look at this for a finish. Chipped into him. Boom. 1 touch, 1 goal. It's just lovely stuff. Like, Marco Reus might just be one of those guys that, for how cheap he is, could be your, like, oh, I wish I knew what it was like to play with Ronaldo or Messi. Just give Royce a go, because give Royce a go at striker as well, because you are going to absolutely love him. So this team costs on average about 200 to 210,000 coins on both consoles. It's really, really good value for money. There are a few changes you could make and still get this this value cheaper. You could pay less, you could spend a little bit more and splash out on a few of the different players that you don't particularly have in this one. But overall, this was a fantastic team to play with, a really, really nice team, and I do recommend you guys go and try it. This was a guy, like I said, I struggled to play against. He had 5 at the back. Even though I dominated in terms of possession and chances, it just took me so long to get that breakthrough, you know. So I broke through in the 60th minute with Royce, and then in the 90th minute with Lewandowski, who got 4 and 4. Royce got 7 in 4, not in 5. He already had 1 game with 0 goals for me on this account. But overall, guys, this was an absolutely superb team to play with, and I highly recommend it. So this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.